Good morning. This is Tomi. I am a 67-year-old woman doing bright line eating for over 6 years now, and I am going to make some compliant mushroom soup and some butternut squash soup this morning. So I am having solar panels removed from my roof for having my roof replaced. So it may be noisy. And yeah, I just had about 20 minutes or so to come on and do this. So I thought I would, and my husband's going to be coming in possibly to bring me some vegetable broth. And my kitchen is a mess, but I just wanted to come on and do this, and I'll post it later. So I have some mushrooms. The first thing I'm going to do is cut up some onions, and then I have mushrooms, and I also am going to use some frozen mushrooms, some frozen shiitake mushrooms, and a mushroom blend. Yeah, if I were totally organized, I would have had all this out ahead of time. But so here's a mushroom blend already sliced, and a bunch of onions. So I'm going to start with a red onion and yellow onion. I'm going to use the same thing for both soups, so I'll probably just go ahead and cut them all up at once so that I'm not going back and forth too much. And yeah, so I got these red onions here. I got some yellow onions. And these are blended soups, and some people, it might be triggering for them, or they might not like the idea, but I do the McDougall plan, and so hi Sherry, and so I eat 8 ounces of vegetables for breakfast, and doing this really works well for me to go ahead and have just a blended vegetable soup. So I am going to, actually I'm going to move and put you over here instead with that in the background, and you don't see quite the messiness of my kitchen. But I will also eat these for lunch, one of them for lunch today. And yeah, like I said, I didn't really plan ahead of time. I just had a few minutes, so I thought I'd come on and do it. So I'm just going to put these pans on low so that when I put the onions in there, and I'm going to just put a little spray of oil. I use one of these things in the bottom of the pans, which in bright line eating we count everything, but since that's just a little spray of oil, I'm not going to count it. And I'm going to take my handy dandy knife, and I'm going to start chopping these vegetables. So let's see. Oh goodness, there's a bunch of people here now. So, yep, just a little spray of oil. And actually, this was a recipe that was Um, originally came from Anthony Bourdain, God rest his soul. Um, and it's like so simple. The mushroom soup, it's like so super simple. It's and I adapt it in that, you know, I put different kinds of mushrooms. Somebody who was a shiitake mushroom grower was the one who actually gave me the recipe in the first place. And it's just literally some onions, mushrooms, and you know, you blend it at some point. And occasionally I put some herbs in it. You know, if I have, like, I think I'll put some rosemary in it today and maybe some thyme. You can add garlic or not add garlic. I don't think I'm going to add garlic today. So, Jim, was it open?
No.
Okay. So, I'm going to have to use box because I have my dog and locked away in the bedroom. I can't get to my freezer because, like I said, I'm having solar panels removed and my roof replaced this week. So if you hear noise in the background, that's what it is. But hey, let's be real. That's what I kind of like, the videos that people do the best when they're just, you know, showing what they do in their kitchen. So I'm just going to literally slice these onions because it's going to get blended, and then put them in the pan and let them saute. I actually, oh, my eyes are already starting to water. So I don't know what other people do, but I heard, you know, you run a little water, that can help. Keep your mouth closed, which is not going to work because I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, different things. If I had my contacts in, it wouldn't bother me. The onions wouldn't make me cry, but so yeah. And I just like using different onions because I'm sure they have different micronutrients in them, and it just seems to add just a little more. Oh, here it is. So, and then, so I'll just saute those. And, nobody's asking any questions. And then I actually, another sneaky trick, I save like the ends of the white onions. It doesn't work with the red onions so much. And the peels to make my own vegetable broth, which is what I was sending my husband to the freezer to get. But I will use box. And then, you know, I put them in a bag in the freezer, and then when the bag fills up, like a gallon bag, then I will put them in water and add some, sometimes some spices, maybe some garlic. Oh man, this onion is really strong. And I'll take the tops to the carrots, just all kinds of vegetable scraps. If I peel something, I'll put the peelings in there. Like if I peeled parsnips, I'll put the ends and the peelings of parsnips. And just keep that in the freezer, and then, yeah, maybe about once a month or so, I end up making vegetable broth. It works too if you're an omnivore and you do, like, say, chicken bones, then you can use the vegetable scraps with the chicken bones as well too. So, yeah, and we compost, so yeah. So I'm just slicing up the onions again for both of the soups. And actually, I cheated. I was at BJ's and they had this big thing of butternut squash that was already cut up, and I went ahead and bought that. Oh. And then I'll just wash the mushrooms and kind of loosely chop them. And then it needs to cook for about, once you get it all put together, just in case I'm not on here, and you're just kind of covering it with vegetable broth, or you can use water. Then you let it cook for about, ideally 45 minutes. You just let it simmer once, you know, it's all brought up to a boil. And then you blend it. You don't take anything out. Don't have a little bit of a cold. Let me go grab it. Yeah. Yeah, you just blend it and it's ready, and it makes several servings. And the way I measure a soup like this for Bright Line Eating is I do 8 ounces in the morning for vegetables. So I will, for an 8-ounce serving of vegetable, I will do 12 ounces of soup, because I'll count, you know, 4 ounces of broth. And so yeah, that's how I do it, and I just have peace about it. The trick is peace. So, yeah. So I suppose I could try to post the recipe for Anthony Bourdain's, and I'm trying to think of what it was in. It was in a magazine originally. I can try to post that one. The butternut squash I'm just kind of doing by feel. I don't want to cut my fingers. I just am going to put a couple of onions, red and white onions, and then I'm going to put in a couple of pounds of butternut squash that is already cut up. I'll show you that. So this was just like BJ's, yeah, Olivia's organic butternut squash, washed and ready to cook. Would have worked to roast it or to put it in. And again, I'm saving the white onion skins and ends to make my vegetable broth. And I think my vegetable broth is delicious. So and does anybody have any tricks for what they do to keep from crying when they're doing onions? I mean, the better thing that for me is to just go ahead and wear my contacts, then it doesn't seem to bother me. So Yeah, I see a lot of people popped in and now they've popped out, but like I said, I'll post this later. I just hadn't done content in a while and I wanted to do some content again. And just thought, well, I'll just do like, this is one of the things, like it's Monday. I'm retired, so I do have a little more time, but I volunteer a lot and I'm pretty involved in some other things. So I usually every Monday make some sort of soup. And a soup like this just is a vegetable serving soup. Often I'll make a protein soup, you know, a lentil or bean soup. So, I may, because onions are killing me, I may not put all the onion I was planning on. The tears are literally running down my face now. Okay, so I am switching it up because I'm going to wash my hands because I don't want any more onions on my hands. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put the butternut squash into the one pan. And then I will put the mushrooms into the other pan. And I have like 10 minutes. And somebody's been guiding, is calling me. So I will have to sign off on this. But yeah, so this is like super simple. Just gonna pop this into this pan. Yeah, so I thought like 2 pounds doesn't sound like very much, but let me show you. Let's see. Yeah, so there is the butternut squash in the pot, and then here is the other pot with just the onions, and that's where I'm going to put the mushrooms. So, yeah. Yeah, so there we go. Okay. So, I think I'm going to sign off for now, but yeah, that's just basically it, and I will try to put the recipes in the description so that you'll have the recipe. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, and have a bright day.